Hello and welcome to Psychic Development and Channeling class with Liah Howard. That's me. This is class number 19, and we have a lot of information to cover today. If you've been wanting to start your own business and get out in the world, today is the class that is going to help you. We are covering internet and social network marketing for your business, for your psychic business, for your healing arts business. So here's a quote that I found online. Ignoring online marketing is like opening a business but not telling anyone. So it's really important that we let people know who we are and what we do and what we offer. Today we're first going to review the homework from last week and see if we have some questions, and I'll answer some of those questions. And we are going to learn about internet marketing and social media. We have a tremendous amount of material to cover. I'm hoping that you each have a pen and paper handy so you can take some notes. And then we'll do a guided meditation as we do every week to help ground the teachings and lessons in. And then we will have a homework assignment. Next week is going to be class 20. That'll be the end of this series. So our homework from last week, remember I asked you to come up with some goals for developing a vision statement for your business, creating a mission statement, set some objectives, strategies, and goals. And always, always call on your guides, call on your angels and your higher self to help you with each and every step. So if you're just joining us today, last week we had a wonderful class on the mechanics of setting up your business. Today is going to be internet, but I do want to refer you back to class number 18 for how do you set up a business. It has everything that you would need to know. So I did get a few questions and comments. I wanted to just cover a couple of them here with you. One is it a good idea to use my own name for my business name? You know, in terms of being a psychic, I do think it's a good idea because unless you're going to be having a huge psychic school or something like Hay House where Louise Hay, and even that does have her last name in it, it is a good idea. It's sort of your brand. You know, they talk about branding on the internet. Your brand is who you are and what you offer. So if you can have your email be like if my email was liahhoward@gmail.com, that would be the perfect email to have because it tells everybody who I am and that it's in my business name as well. Now, a lot of times, the business name you use for the taxes, you use for setting up accounts, and you don't necessarily use it with your clients, have letterhead with it or anything, but you could. So you need to decide on what your business name is going to be and have it relate to you. So yes, I do think that's a good idea. You want to get your name as familiar with your clients and with as many other prospective clients as you can. Okay, number 2, my vision for my psychic business includes traveling around the world. Do you have suggestions for how to make this a reality? I'm thinking of one of my students who studied with me, and he ended up being a psychic on a cruise ship, and he got to travel all around the world. So that is a definite possibility of a way that you could be a psychic and get traveling in. There's also this other friend of mine bought an airplane ticket where he had to travel only in one direction, I think it was clockwise, around the world, and he stopped at many, many different countries, and he did readings and classes and seminars, and he set it all up ahead of time. So you could do that as well. But perhaps one of the easiest ways to set up doing sessions for yourself around the world is via the internet, is making those connections first through the computer and then making friends through the social media and setting it up and having somebody actually sponsor you. I live in Maui. People come from all over the world. Maui's kind of a global hub, if you will, for consciousness things, and people come here and share and they connect with other people, and it's really beautiful. So yes, being a psychic, you don't have to bring a lot of equipment with you. You might bring a recording device, you might bring you know, yourself and a couple of nice outfits to wear, and there you are, you're ready to go. You could bring your computer and do sessions via Skype, or you could do them even on your phone and use the voice control recording device. So yes, you can go global with this business. It's a wonderful idea. Okay, number 3, thanks for helping me get organized. I've already accomplished 3 of my goals that you suggested last week. Well, that just makes me feel good, because I think when we're accountable to somebody, that we're more motivated to get from A to B to C to D and all the way down the line. And so I'm really glad that you got some of those things done. That's awesome. And you can move forth in your business and in your life. So congratulations. I have to give a special thank you to Lori Mooney. Lori is a professional online marketer who specializes in search engine optimization, and I spent quite a few hours with Lori, and she gave me an incredibly in-depth in-service on social media, on internet marketing. Well, I had a lot of knowledge about internet marketing already, but she gave me that really how to do social media very, very explicitly. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, the internet marketing and social media marketing. And, you know, I have to laugh because this morning I was with a 10-year-old girl and she showed me how to do Instagram, and she did it in 5 minutes. She set the whole thing up. So if you really want to learn how to do social media, find a younger person who can do it in the blink of an eye. So here's a quote from Marcus Wilson, and it says, marketing consultants warn businesses that they need to get social or risk becoming like companies a century ago that didn't think that they needed to use telephones. I know we think, I'm already doing so much, you know, you're already networking with your friends, with your community. But the social media marketing, you can see this picture. This is how we interlink and how we interconnect, and it's really the way to go. So pick up that computer mouse, not the phone, pick up that computer mouse and get going on it. And today you're going to get all the explicit directions, everything from how to do your web page to which programs to put in, to which apps to apply for your social marketing, to online information in terms of magazines. We have a lot of material for you today. Why do internet marketing? Building a business without doing I asked my guides, I said, you know, why do I need to do internet marketing? I'm already, you know, pretty well established. I've been doing readings for over 25 years. I have a good following. I like what I do. Why do I need to do internet marketing? And they said to me, you know, it's really, if you get the image of building a house, a beautiful house, but there's no water and there's no electricity. So there's a way that it's not fully functioning. So what they're saying to me is get the house up and running. So you've got the foundation, you've done all this other work, and now it's time to get out in the world. So I want each of you to give yourself permission to get out in the world, to put yourself out there. And we have a picture here with all the different, many different types of marketing methods that we're going to be learning about. What are some of the benefits? Well, building a larger client base. And when we build the larger client base, we're adding these names to our email repertoire, to our email marketing list, so that we can let them know, as well as through the social media, about events that we're doing, places we're going, that we're going to be doing seminars or classes, radio shows, all of these different means of connecting with them. So this SEO from here on out, that is going to represent search engine optimization, and there's a lot of books on this, so there's tremendous amount of information out on that. But basically it's how high up on the list your site comes up on a search engine like Google. And if you don't have a website at this point, you're really just getting your business started, that's okay. I'm going to give you the information how to do that. And then there's also an About Me page that you can do in the meantime while you're working on getting a site up. But, you know, internet marketing, you can create mass emails and promotions. You can exchange link requests, and you can get more website traffic. So it's really about getting more website traffic so you can make more connections, and ultimately so you can serve more people and we connect. But what are the blocks to doing social marketing? What are the blocks? There are so many blocks when I talk to people about social network marketing. And I'm sorry, I know this is sexist, but I think people over 50 are a little bit slower to jump on board with social media marketing. I know I am, but I'm learning. So that's what we have to do. We just have to take it and learn and grow. So one of the things I hear is that they don't know how to do it. You're going to learn how to do it today. They don't know where to start, that it's just overwhelming. They hear so much. Or how about this one? I just don't have time to do it. I'm doing so many things already. I can't imagine checking another thing. Or they don't want to lose a sense of their own personal privacy by putting themselves out there in the internet in any way. Or they simply don't have the money or the budget to do it. They're concerned about the cost. I'm going to show you some ways to do it on a low-cost budget. Or perhaps one of the blocks is they just simply don't have the willingness or the motivation to do it. It does take a certain amount of organization, commitment, and motivation to go from one level of where you are to the next level. And, you know, our children that are being raised today and grandchildren, it's very automatic for them. I mean, you know, 3-year-olds have iPads and they can find music and movies and games and they know how to do it. 3 years old, they can do that. So, you know, we're learning and we're getting more and more. It's becoming easier and easier. And then some people feel that it is impersonal, that social media marketing or marketing through the internet is simply impersonal, and that business is better generated in person with that face-to-face contact or through the angels and guides bringing clients. And I understand this reasoning. I really, really do. I mean, I ask my angels and guides and higher self every day, I'm here to be of service. Bring to me those who will most benefit from my presence. And I want to recommend that you each do a prayer like that as well. And the angels might be saying, well, we know somebody over here in Australia, or we know somebody over here in California, or we know somebody in Japan that would benefit, but you're not on the net, so we can't connect you. So we want to help the angels and guides as well with making those connections and really making that personal, that more of a personal touch to the rest of the world. And ultimately, it really is yourself that is going to attract the energy of the clients that you bring in. You could have 10 people with 10 different websites and the fanciest website, but if a person goes and gets a session and it's a lousy session, believe me, the word will get out that that is not a good psychic and they're not going to keep getting business. So you are your own best asset in terms of building your business. So keep a positive attitude, keep growing in your knowledge and understanding of psychic development, keep building your skills and getting better and better, keep refining the work that you're doing, and keep growing, and your business will grow exponentially as well. All right, I'm going to give you 11 steps. I broke it down. I mean, I have been studying and studying and studying this. You can't imagine. It's like a master's degree in internet marketing for you. And I broke it down into 11 easy steps to successful internet marketing for your psychic or healing business. These 11 steps will provide you with the basics of how to promote your business via the internet and social marketing. If you are not presently doing psychic readings via the phone, Skype, or FaceTime, I highly recommend you start. You need to practice. You need to get comfortable at it. You need to get so that this is a very natural means and mode for you to do readings. Just as you're seeing me now through the camera, you can see your client as well. You can record right on Skype. You can do it very easily and all around the world. It's very cost effective as well. And again, you can refer back to webinar class number 17 for more information about that. All right, there's basically 2 types of internet marketing, inbound and outbound. That's easy, right? Inbound and outbound. And you can see here social media, search optimization, press releases, discussion forums, and web content, PPC advertising, web analysis, and article marketing. So we're going to be looking at each of those as well. An example of inbound type of internet marketing, this is called attraction marketing. So think of a magnet and think of magnets attracting to them. So you know how nails stick on a magnet, they just are drawn in. So your website is going to be your main attraction marketing tool. So spend time with your website. Choose your colors, choose your photos, choose your layout and design. I'm giving you so many URLs today so that you can click and go to all these different links to get really good information that's going to help you. I'm going to be putting up a website that's more modern so you can see what that looks like. So these other methods, the social media, the posting on Facebook, Twitter, and those methods are also attraction. You're putting out who you are, you're offering content, articles, you're giving information, you're answering questions, maybe through a blog, you're answering questions. That's attracting people to you. You could put up YouTube videos and people might be looking for a psychic and get to see your video and feel comfortable about who you are. And you can link your site to Facebook page or to other sites and pages. So this is all attraction, marketing, inbound type of marketing. So for the outbound type of internet marketing, that's when you actually compose an email. For example, through eye contact or constant contact, you're sending it out to your list. Hopefully you've got a list. If you haven't started an email list, that would be one of the first things that you want to do is start an email list. When you meet people, when you do a session for somebody, ask, can I get your email? And write it down and add it to your list. And if you have one of those programs, you can simply add it into that program. And then ads on Facebook, they have not only just the regular personal page of Facebook, but then there's the fan page of Facebook, which is a business page. And then there's a way now that you can actually put ads on Facebook to let people know about things that you're doing as well. Web-based listings in magazines, you don't realize it because you don't just see them when you open up the computer. You don't see all this, but if somebody's searching, they can find you. Because I live on an island, and I looked at this metaphor when I was doing internet research, and one of the things it said was, imagine that you're on an island and you're trying to reach all the other people around the world. Well, I really am on an island, and I am wanting to reach other people around the world. And how do you do it? You do it through the internet. That's the way to connect. So the e-magazines, people look those up. They come to Maui and they say, what's going on? What's the directory? How can I find a psychic? And that is one of the ways. And where you live, it's like that as well. And then text messages. You can also send out mass text messages as well. So specific types of internet marketing, and I don't want you to get overwhelmed. There's a tremendous amount of information. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on the most important things. But first, we just want to see what's out there. So these are all different types of internet marketing. You have your website, again, very, very important. And remember, you want to include like a shopping cart, PayPal, and the Square on your website so you can actually book appointments through your website. Email blasts. Mass email blast. YouTube, that's where you do a video and you put it up on a channel called YouTube, and people can go there and they can see you. Social media, that's everything from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, things like that. Then you have internet radio. Regular radio is good too, but internet is great because then it goes out all around the world. So if you're doing a regular radio show in your community, see if they can podcast that out into the community. And again, podcasts, you can make your own audio podcast, do meditations, put them up online. Blogs, it's a wonderful way to get very specific information out to your clients and interested people. Newsletters, email newsletters, listing on web directories. There are many, many, many web directories. So you would just look up, and I'm going to give you some URLs for some specific web directories that you can look up. iTunes is a place where you can store your audio files and put them up online. There's other places as well. That's an example of one. Web-based magazines and links. So I put little stars next to website, YouTube, and blogs because when I met with Lori, I said, you know, Lori, there's just so much information. I'm kind of swimming in it. What is the most important thing if I want to market myself? And she said, get a good website. Make sure you get it so it's a good, easy-to-use design. It looks professional. The person can go on there, add their email. You want to always get their email. You want to offer them something free on the website and invite them to come back. So have your blog connected to the website so that they come and they get to know you. And she said website is really, really important. So if you don't have a website yet, it's okay. You can get one, and I'm going to teach you how in a very simple way. YouTube. YouTube is that, you know, the videos, and you can do short videos. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that, and blogs. These are the three most important out of all of these. Okay? So if you don't do anything else, at least do those 3. Website. Your website adds a sense of credibility for what you do in the world. So, you know, if you say, well, I do psychic readings, and somebody says, oh, can I have your business card and can I go to your website? They want to get more information about you. They want to find out where you studied. They want to find out what type of readings you do. They want to get more information. When somebody comes for a psychic reading, they're really opening themselves up to you in a very vulnerable way. And we want them to feel comfortable. So it's a way to offer credibility. If you don't have a website, they're going to say, well, maybe you're just like a closet psychic. You're not a real psychic. So take the time to develop your website. It's a way that you present yourself to the world. And again, it also familiarizes your prospective clients with who you are and what you offer. And now it's a way to link in terms of the social media and in terms of linking the websites themselves. Email. You can do campaigns and flyers. I love to send out, like I'm doing a webinar, this webinar class, and I send out reminders about the class through email, letting people know, letting them know that they can register, letting them know that they can get this class later on, that they're all up online. You can follow up with clients with sessions, check in 2 weeks later, a month later. How are you? How's it going? You know, you could offer specials. If you refer a friend, then I could give you 20% off a reading, something like that. You can book appointments through email. You can send newsletters. I love to offer special coupons. You know, even if it's only $25 off, if a person's making a decision whether they're going to get a reading or not, and they find out that they get a coupon for $25 off, it might just be what makes the difference for them to make that session, to book that, to pick up the phone, or to email you and book an appointment. And also to let them know about events and articles and links. And then the mass email services, these two, eye contact and constant contact, I have found those to be the best. And you may need to ask your email recipients to add your email to their contact list, so any mass mailings you send will not go into spam or trash. And I found this out the hard way. So it's really important when you're taking somebody's email, if you say to them, can you please add my email to your contact list, so that if you're sending out a mass email with, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever, however many, and even if you're just starting and sending 50, that it's going to go to them, that it won't just get stuck in the spam or the trash. And if you're on their contact list, then it'll go to them. YouTube. Okay, YouTube is great. YouTube, you know, you can find out anything really you need to find out on YouTube. You just Google it, and you can, you know, how to, you know, I Googled how to do social media, and a bunch of information came up. So YouTube is a way that you can let people know who you are. You can offer educational content. You can put up testimonials. You can create your own YouTube channel, and you can do a short summary of who you are and what you do. The website is there. A live video says more than words and or a picture, because your prospective clients, they can feel your essence and get a sense if they feel comfortable with having a session with you. They actually can hear your voice. They can look in your eyes. They can see more of who you are and if they feel comfortable. Why is video or YouTube important? I know we don't really have regular video anymore. We have digital, everything's digital, but people choose psychics usually on the basis of trust. They want to trust in your ability and your skill as a psychic, and also in your character. They want to trust that they can let their shields down and be vulnerable and feel safe sharing the details of their personal and professional lives. And again, they may not get that just through the written word or just through a picture. It might be that when they see a video, they get a sense of who you are more fully. Podcasts and iTunes, these are really fun ways to get meditations out, or teachings, classes, information. It's a way to get audio recordings out into the world. MP3 files are downloaded and shared via iPod technology, and other methods as well. iTunes is one of many ways to make your recorded material available for sale on the internet. So you can actually start selling some of the teachings and the meditations that you're doing. And you can put recorded meditations, channel messages, and inspirational radio shows or audio files up online. So if you are doing a radio show, I do recommend that you also make it as a podcast so that people can hear it at a later date. Web-based magazines. This magazine, Maui Vision, is one of the 3 magazines that I write for, and it's a great magazine, and you can get it in print, and you can also get it online. Writing for magazines that are web-based or that are print-based but also post their magazines online automatically increases your exposure and your SEO. Remember, SEO is search engine optimization, getting your website higher and higher up on the search so that you can come up in one of the first pages of the psychics that people are looking for, or psychic healers, or healing profession. Web-based directories. So there's a number of web-based directories. I put these 3. It's kind of Hawaii slanted, that one, because it's the Hawaii Health Guide, but this Best Psychic directory is all around, and you could get yourself listed on there. You could get yourself listed on Holistic Health Directory, and Hawaii, if you are in Hawaii, doing the Hawaii Health Directory and psychic listings. Just a note of caution that some directories are not, they're kind of scams, and they're not real psychics, and I want you to be careful. Use your deep intuitive knowing when you're choosing. Do your research. Don't put your name out there on a directory that you do not feel is quality, with integrity, and of a high caliber. So make sure that you're comfortable with that. So yeah, check into that. So again, we're increasing our SEO. There it is, search engine optimization. If you have a page on your website that links your website to other sites that you support and harmonize with, it's helpful for improving your own search engine optimization. So you can say to your friend, yes, I'd like to add your website on mine, and will you please add my website on yours? The more that you do that, the higher up you go. Think of it as climbing a ladder or stairs, and every time one more person links to your site, you go higher up. So the Google search engine is looking for, in terms of popularity, the more people look at your site, that brings you higher in the search engine. And I know this other picture is kind of hard to see. It's very small, but basically it's your website in the center and then all these other websites out there. And then remember that you're linking with all of them as well. So it's a wonderful way to support each other, that we don't have to be competitive in this field of psychic and healing, that we can all work together and help lift each other up and out into the world. Maybe you do sound healing and you know somebody who does Reiki healing, and they're different, and you have a client that you think would benefit from the Reiki, or they have a client that they think would benefit from the sound healing. So it's good to share. It's good to let other people know about services. Okay, now we're getting into the big stuff here. What is social media marketing? It refers to the process of gaining website traffic or attention through social media sites. That's from Wikipedia, and you can see down here there's all these many different ones. Let's start looking at some of these. So I kind of divided them into 2 different groups, because really for being a psychic or healing arts business, like some of these other ones, Flickr, Tumblr, Instagram, and Foursquare, are really more important for, say, a photographer who wants to put their pictures up on site or something like that. So different businesses will need a different venue. But for the psychic business, the most important is really Facebook and a Facebook business fan page. Then you want to have Google+, not just regular Google, but Google+, and then Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Yelp. Okay, and we're going to be looking at these all more specifically, but those are the most important. And again, you don't have to do all of them. If you look at that list and you go, ay, that's just too much, I can't do it, you don't have to. Just start with one. Start with one. Again, you know, this 10-year-old spent 5 minutes and installed Instagram on my phone today in the blink of an eye. I mean, it's really amazing. It's really easy. We don't have to make it hard, okay? We can make it easy. So I suggest that you choose 2 to 4 social media methods. It's better to choose less and do really well at the ones that you choose than to choose a whole bunch and to do very minimal or not quality or not follow through with them. The ones, when I was talking with Lori, the specialist in internet marketing and SEO, said Facebook and a Facebook business fan page, Google+, Pinterest, and Twitter are probably the most important in terms of getting the word out. But if you are only going to choose two of those, I guess I would say Facebook and business, and probably Twitter, I guess. Those would be the two if I was only choosing two. Blogging. Blogging is a whole other, it's a little bit different than social media. So those are the social media, and blogging is a kind of getting social with people that you're sharing your thoughts and your ideas, but it's really more like an online journal where people can post diary entries about their personal experiences and hobbies. And posting on a blog are usually in chronological order, so you have to scroll to read them. You can blog on your website, or you can add a link to another website where you blog, but so that it comes up on your website. This is a way to share who you are and what you do with your clients and friends and prospective clients. You can answer questions and share content. And we're going to talk in more detail about how those are different. What's the difference between social media and blogging? Because they are different, but they both will get you clients. Notice the 2 stars on blogging. Blogging was one of those more important things to do, right? In that list, that big list that I had, it was YouTube and blogging and website. Those 3 were the most important. So we are going to spend a little time with blogging. How to get started in internet marketing. Look at this tree. Do you see the foundation at the bottom? Research, strategy, branding, and content. That is the foundation. You're going to do your research on who you are, what you're offering, what the market looks like, what magazines are out there for you to connect with, what YouTube, things of that nature. Branding is, that's really just your own personal, like Coca-Cola has a brand name. You can see a Coke symbol, and you know it's Coca-Cola. Usually with psychic, it's not really so much like that. It's more your name, again, is the branding. Strategy is how are you going to, you got to get off your duff and get moving and get out there and connect. Might mean that you need to buy a new computer. I actually bought a new computer for this webinar because I needed a really, really fast, high-functioning computer. So it might mean that you need to spend a little money investing in a better computer. Maybe not. You can do a lot of social media marketing just on a teeny tiny little iPad or notebook. But it depends what level you want to go to. If you're going to be doing radio on your computer, you certainly want to have a fast computer. So think about it. Think about that. And it isn't now. It can be in the future that you can work towards that. And let's see. So that's the foundation: research, strategy, branding, and content. Remember, you want to offer a lot of free content to help people so that they will want to come to your site. That's articles, answering questions, inspiration, and ideas. And then we have all those things on the top: marketing, media, public relations, online advertising, directories and listings, and SEO, search engine. Okay, here we're going to start the 11 steps. So this is where you really want to get your pen and paper out. This is the specifics. How do you do it? Now that we know all this information. Number 1, create a Gmail email account. Okay, the reason for the Gmail email account is it's already compatible with Google Plus and YouTube. So that right there makes it very easy. Now, when you create your Gmail email account, try to use your name in the account. So if I were going to do that, I would say liahhoward@gmail.com. Now, unfortunately, somebody already has liahhoward@gmail.com, which I think is funny because, you know, that's my name, but there could be another Liah Howard somewhere else. But as much as you can, try to get your name into that email account. So when people get that email, they see it, they know that's you. That's your branding, remember? Create a Google Plus account. This is not just a regular account. The Google Plus is going to be sort of your hub, your main presence on the internet, other than your website, where information gets funneled through about you. So create a Google Plus account. Create a YouTube video account. And I'm not going to walk you, I'm not going to hold your hand through each of these. What you're going to need to do is go to these sites. You have right there at the bottom, Google and google.com. Go to the site and it will walk you through. And all of the sites that I give you will have a help button or a place that you can go for support. And they can help you if you're having any trouble. It would take too long for me to actually tell you each and every little step that you have to take. But it's really not hard. Not hard at all. And you can create these accounts and then you'll be ready to get going and get out into the world. Okay, so you're going to do Gmail, Google Plus, and YouTube. That's first. Okay, number 2. How to get started in the internet marketing. Get a domain name. Step 2. Now you have to choose your domain name. You cannot have a name that anybody else has. So you would have to go to one of these, www.godaddy.com or www.namecheap.com, and choose a name that is close to your own name again, some version of it, of your own name, unless you're doing a special branding of a, you know, like Reiki is the brand for, it's not a person's name, it's an actual branding. So as close as you can, and when you're choosing the name, go with .com if it's available. If it's not available, .org or .net is okay. They're not as good as .com, and don't use any of the others. For example, the .us. The specialist that I spoke with about internet marketing said it's really important to get the .com if you can. .org or .net are second under there. So again, and then it's very cheap. You know, this is like $10 a year we're talking about. That's not much money. You can barely even go to a movie for that anymore. Some places you can't. Okay, step 3A. You see the alligator there? That's because I want you to go to secure.hostgator.com. And there are other websites available, but the reason this one is good is that you actually get your own hosting. You host your own site. Now, if you're hosting your own site, nobody can shut you down for content or any other reason. So it's really better if you're hosting your own site rather than putting your website like on another website, like maybe like, for example, Weebly, W-E-E-B-L-Y. Some people do Weebly. That is one way to go, and it's easy to do. But you might find after a time that you want more control of your own website. So I'm thinking in the future of getting your business really out there, this would be the better, more building a better foundation for yourself. So once you go to the site, securehostgator.com, and you connect this account to your domain name, and GoDaddy can help you with that. There's a way that they can actually help you connect these two to your domain name and HostGator. Then the next step, 3B, is you want to purchase the baby plan. They have baby, hatchling, and business, and the baby plan's kind of in the middle. Hatchling's really not big enough, and business is kind of big for one bigger business. Now, you will get an email from them, and you have to follow the instructions on that email, okay? So I'm not going to step-by-step tell you, but this is basically now up to step 3B. And then you're going to follow those instructions in the welcome letter that you get from HostGator. And if you have any trouble, again, you're going to contact their support team. And using this program, you will own your own site, which is great because then you can set up your internet blog. Remember, that was one of the 3 things. Create a website, get a blog, and do YouTube. Okay? So you can now blog. With WordPress.com and Blogger.com, and Weebly.com, those are free blog sites, but they own it and they can shut you down. So if you really don't want to have your own website and you don't really want to take the time to do that, you can go to these other ones, but again, you're probably going to outgrow it pretty fast and really want to have more of your own personal control over your website. And that way you're not having to, you can expand. You don't have to limit your growth or your ability. You can just expand out. The other thing is if you have control of your own website, you can make all of the changes that you need to make, which is great. Then you're not paying somebody $1 a minute to, make all of these changes either. So setting up a blog. I don't really like that word blog. I don't know where they got it. I should have looked that up. But setting up a blog, you want to think about this. So one of the ways that you're going to connect with new clients is you're going to write to them. You're going to put postings. So again, the branding is thinking of yourself as a psychic or a psychic healer. And then you want to choose your little niche. Niche is that specific target audience. So I'll be honest with you. They did a study and they found that the largest portion of people who do psychic readings are women. Women receive more psychic readings than men. And women really up in their 40s and 50s are probably the most popular group of women that receive readings. So it's a time of great change, and it's a time to get good support. Any time is a good time to get support, but so that's what they found. So you might want to gear some of your information for women in that area that are making some of those transitions in life. The platform is actually the internet software program you choose to use, like either Blogger or Tumblr or WordPress, to get your actual blog out there. And the network, this is a group of blogs that are connected by the same network to draw an audience. For example, psychics, but psychics who are all mediums, or psychics, but psychics who are all, let's say they're all, they all do telekinesis or something like that. So there's a way that you can get very, very specific about the networking of the blog as well. Okay, I'm going to offer you some tips for blogs, because I felt a little overwhelmed thinking, oh, I'm already writing for 3 magazines, I'm doing readings, I'm doing classes, oh my gosh, and now I have to do a blog, right? But think about it this way. There's 3 different ways that you can do a blog. 1, you can do once a day. It can be brief, 25 to 100 words. That's very committed. Those, you know, if you can do that, good for you. I personally, that seems a little bit much. And the average post is 96 seconds to read. That's a minute and a half, so that's pretty brief, right? Or you can do once a week, which would be a medium length, which is 2 to 4 minutes to read, and it's 300 to 500 words. That's much more doable. Once a week, 300 to 500 words, something of value that you can share with your audience out there. Or if you really, really don't want to do it once a week, you could do once a month. And that's more like a short story length, say 800 to 1200 words, and that can be, of course, much, much more detailed. So think about it. It's a way to kind of keep in touch with your followers, with the people that are interested in you and in what you do. You're not just a business, you're a person, and they like to hear how you're growing and changing and experiencing and what you're learning and how you're bringing that forth in life as well. It's really adding the more personal component to sort of an impersonal machine, the computer. Okay, tips for blogging. Okay, I really learned this for you guys. I spent a lot of time researching this. Assign keywords. These will describe in general what the blog is about. For example, psychic, or psychic teacher, or psychic methods, things like that. So the keywords are really in general what that writing is about. The tags, these describe the specific content of the blog. For example, maybe it's a blog about psychic, but it's also a blog about learning how to be psychic, learning how to channel, those types of things. It's a little bit more descriptive. And then you can even include pictures in your post, and they add more interest and focus. I like to always say with channeling that it's the eagle's eye view rather than the little mouse stuck in the maze. So if you put a picture of an eagle right there, you can feel the expansiveness of that. It takes you out of just this little tiny moment and up into the sky flying. And that feels good. So that's what you want to do, is include. It adds interest and focus. So tips for blogs. You want to focus on your specific audience, desires, and goals. Remember that target audience. You want to write about challenges that are preventing them from achieving their goals. And you want to write about how you can help them with that challenge. For example, your blog might address stressed out college students who want psychic guidance regarding relationship issues. Remember when you were in college and all those kind of relationship issues that were going on, and So this person's drawn to you and they see this article about relationships and stress, and there are certain keywords that are interwoven in the article. Things like meditation, which is one of your keywords, and one of the tag words is progressive relaxation, that you're actually going to be teaching them progressive relaxation through this blog. So we're going to talk in a minute about how do you actually put keywords and tags up. Here we go. The proper way to list keywords and tags for blogs. Remember, this is different than hashtags. Hashtags are a different animal. We're going to use, I'll explain the difference. So with keywords and tags for blogs, you use commas and quotes for keywords and tags in blogs rather than hashtags, which is the pound sign, as in other social media modes of posting. So this is really important. If you know how to post it, it will go into a certain search engine, again, bringing up your search engine and making it more available to the people that are looking. So spaces between words are okay for blogging in terms of the actual keywords and the tags, and but not in social media. In social media, there's no spaces. So I put an example here of keywords on the side for you to see. You see quote, psychic, quote, comma. Now, the next one is quote, psychic guidance, quote, comma. And then we have quote, relationship health, and you can see how that goes. Now I want you to note that wherever the quotes are, those are the words like psychic, stress relief. Those are the words that are going to stay together, and when somebody's typing and searching for psychic stress relief, this is what's going to come up. So that's how we define the search that people are going to be doing to find this information. Relationship help. Somebody's like having trouble and they want help. Relationship help. Then this could, your article, your blog could come up for them. So it's a way of putting out into the world what you're offering. All right, social media, step 5. So now we're out of blogs, and I'm hoping you understand that. And if not, there is a book that I have some books listed later on that will give you a tremendous amount of information in detail about some of these things, so that you don't have to feel like you're getting it all now. You're getting an overview, and then you'll be able to do more. So you want to post on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Pinterest. And here you're going to use those hashtags, which is the pound sign. To increase your SEO, search engine optimization, the hashtag goes before the word you are posting as a keyword. For example, look at this example. Hashtag psychic, no space. Notice no space when you're doing social media keywords, different than blogging. No spaces. Psychic, hashtag psychic guidance, hashtag relationship help, hashtag. No spaces. If you do it right, your search engine optimization is going to go up. So this was a little confusing to me, the whole difference between blogging and social media, but I understand now, you know, that I've had all these hours and hours of training and research and reading. It's like learning a new language, you know, that's what we're learning, and we can do it. Pinterest. So with Pinterest, this is the new up-and-coming one, and it's really just to get your information out there. In the message box, please put your website in the box with a hyperlink, and a hyperlink is when it says, if I click on this right now, the green http://liahhoward.com, my website's going to come right up. I want that. When people come and they're looking at my Pinterest, I want them to go to my website. So please always include your website. Make it available when you're doing these social media, and especially in the Pinterest, so that they can find out who you are. And again, with Pinterest, the great thing is you can add pictures and video. So that's a way, again, that's making it more three-dimensional instead of just that two-dimensional element and aspect. Facebook. Facebook's like the mama of social media marketing. Well, no, there used to be MySpace years and years ago. I remember my kids were on MySpace. It was the big thing. So before Facebook, there was MySpace, but that's gone. And I'm sure the next wave will come. But it has 152 million participants. Like, that's a lot. And it is the most popular social media site at this point, and it may change, but right now. So you set up a personal page first. Again, you're using your Google account, right? And you set up a business fan page. You must have the personal account page first and then the business page. The personal account, you can make friends and interact. The business fan page is a little bit different, and you'll understand that as you do it. It's more of a way to advertise or let people know what your business is and what you offer. It's not really as much of a friend thing. So you can set up contacts in groups to define the content that they receive. And I think this is an important aspect, is to take the time, if you're just beginning to set up, or if you already have Facebook, to really divide your groups up into different areas. Have a family group and a friends group and a business contact and a teaching group or whatever, and really spend the time with this. There's a lot of good information out here about Facebook. You can go online. You can ask a young person, ask any teenager. They can help you. They can help you easily and effortlessly set up a Facebook account. Ask a friend to help you, but do it. If there was any other thing I was going to say to you today, do it. Set it out. Let yourself be out in the world and connect. Twitter is social networking to find out what is happening now. It's a microblogging. That's a whole new term, microblogging. It's not the same big blog. Microblogging is because every entry, every tweet has to be only 140 characters, not 140 words, 140 characters, which is very short. So it doesn't take very long to do. It averages over 40 million tweets per day. That's 40 million in one day. That's a lot of messages going out into the world. And then again, it's a way to connect with your clients and with building client base as well. Google Plus, and I did put the website there again, can be your central social presence on the web. You want to take the time to post here regularly and interact with your followers. Be sure to answer questions and comments and build a relationship with your clients and prospective clients. Add video and pictures. And, nowadays on smartphones, you can easily, with your smartphone, just do a short little video. It's not the best quality in terms of, the difference between hiring a professional videographer, but you can get very short, good little video clips that you can put up so easily onto some of these sites. And then a Yelp account, this is one of those location accounts. This is a review. There's many different review accounts, but if you're not on any of the other review accounts, I would recommend a Yelp account, because people can come to where you are and they can do testimonials and they can send traffic to you and they can send reviews and other people will look up, and it's a nice positive way to let people give you feedback about who you are and what you do. They can say things like beautiful office, excellent reading, I highly recommend, things like that. Okay, YouTube, remember that's one of the ones with the stars, because you are the star. You are the star of YouTube. And again, it is the second largest search engine in the world. And this was the interesting thing that I found out from Lori, the specialist in search engine optimization. You really want to get 10 YouTube videos that are 1 minute long. 1 minute, that's like barely anything. It's so short. But people, their attention span, the way it was explained to me is, because there's so much information out there, people's attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So when YouTube first started, people were putting much longer videos up, and now they're getting shorter and shorter and shorter, to where I thought it was supposed to be 10 5-minute videos. It's actually 10 1-minute videos. So that's not going to take very long at all, is it? That's like really doable, really easy. And they can be informative videos. You can even do a 5-minute video, break it up into 5 different segments, and then do another 5-minute video, break it up. And you can share about whatever aspect that you feel the most qualified to teach or to share with people on the internet. And again, you want to use keywords in the description. When you use keywords in the description, your SEO, remember, your search engine optimization goes up, 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 and people will be able to find you easier. So start with a link to your website in the description. Always remember to put your website in the description as well as the keywords. Because if you just put it up there without doing that, it's not really going to get you the visibility that you want or need. So that's why people who really know how to work this system, this internet system, can suddenly just come out of nowhere and boom, they become famous because they know how to work the system. So if you want that to happen for you, where you really want to become much more known and your work, then there is a way that, you know, you might even consider hiring somebody to do search engine optimization on your website and helping you to get your YouTubes up in a more prominent place. Generating content. This is, you know, content is those things that you write. You're each very gifted in the specific area that you work in, and you probably have lots and lots of stories and wisdom and insights that you can share. So you want to write them down. And once you write them down, you really want to copyright them, okay? Because I know it all comes from spirit, and the truth is all this wisdom and all this information, that we are the channels, the vehicles to receive it. However, we are also the ones that in third dimensional world have to pay our rent or our mortgage or whatever. And so if you copyright your content, you're claiming that as yours. And at some point you might want to syndicate it and then send it out. And then you might even, you know, create a marketable item that you could use, which we're going to talk about next. This is the Copyright Office for the government, and you can send in a number of, you know, short stories or a number of inspirational articles all together. You can send in, they do everything. You can do guided meditations, you can do video, you can do audio, you can, you know, all of that you can send in and get it copyrighted. And then also articles directory. This articles directory, you can actually, once you've got your articles written and you've copyrighted them and they're yours, and you can send them to articles directories and they can get linked. And again, think about linking as giving you one more step on the ladder to coming higher and higher into the search engine optimization, so more people can find you and you can be a greater and greater service in the world. And then we have e-zine articles. I've been writing for them for a while now, and they're great. I mean, you know, you can just Google Liah Howard and these e-zine articles will just come up because they're doing the posting. I mean, I send them keywords to go with them, and then they put them up. So it's pretty awesome the way that it works. You want to repurpose your content. This is step 8. So again, so say you've written these articles, you have these radio shows, or you have information, and you want to make it into an e-book. When you have an e-book, that makes you an author. And when you're an author, that gives you sort of a little bit of a higher status or standing or sense of credibility to people. You can also make it into a slideshow. You can submit these slideshows to slideshow directories. Yes, there's actually slideshow directories. There's e-book directories. And then you can create an item to sell. You can do a file. There's these companies that you can send your information to, and then whenever you sell, say you have a store on your website, you have your store set up with your shopping cart, and I always like that little shopping cart, and people can go on your website and they can buy a slideshow of how to go into a deep meditative state, let's say, and you have that all documented and how to do it, and they can buy that, and then they can also get an audio that's a video, and then they can get an audio meditation, and they can get a book of inspirational quotes, say, that you've written, your ebook of inspirational quotes for the metaphysician or something like that. And they can get all that and pay online, and that company can actually make the DVD and send it to them really easily. So this is another thing to do, and I would recommend, if you're at this point already in your business where you've already got a lot of merchandise, you've already got a lot of items and content that you're ready to put out there, hire somebody to help you actually get the product and put it out there, because there are companies that do this and that will help you. And you know, you don't have to do it all yourself. And I think as a psychic, it's important to realize that when you hire somebody else to help you, remember in the business class last week I mentioned about the idea of hiring somebody to help with some of the things that you really can't do with the business. And this is the same thing with the internet. Hire somebody to actually help with getting these materials out there and putting it on your website. And some of us, you know, have very, very old websites that need to be revamped, that need to be refurbished and made more modern and be able to sell things on. Step 9, build your internet visibility. Just keep thinking visibility. How can you be seen? You think about, oh, I'm on this little island, but I want to be seen by the people out there in the world. So if you have a weekly radio or TV show and it's going out via the internet, people, and you put keywords and tags in there, especially the keywords, that is how you get seen. That is the connection with you. So that really does make a difference. There's this great Blog Talk Radio, which covers many different subjects, but psychics, there's a number of psychics on there. I put that website there for you, and it goes anywhere between practically nothing that you pay all the way up to, I think, $250. So it may not be free, and there may be a way that you can pay what you're comfortable with paying to get a certain level of exposure. But it might be, if you keep thinking about it, you have to invest a little money to get money back. So some of these things that I'm mentioning are going to cost some amount of money. But the amount of money, if you put your listing in one internet directory and 2 people answer your ad, you've probably already paid for that internet directory. And that's just the first 2 people. So you have to think of it in terms of the payoff in the long run as well, not just right now, what are the expenses. Content marketing for affiliate marketers, step 10. Okay, we're up to step 10. Affiliate marketing is an internet-based marketing practice where businesses pay affiliates for each visitor brought in by the affiliate's own marketing efforts. And that's from eZine magazine. So that form of marketing is actually recommended after your business is established, and it helps it to grow exponentially as you are ready to handle the clientele. So that's a way of businesses saying, well, if let's say a radio show sends people to your website, and they get a certain percentage of everyone that comes. That's kind of how that works. There's a percentage thing in there, and that can work. But I really think that that's more for when you really your business is up to a certain point and you really want to start taking it to the whole next level. So, all right, step 11. This is our last step, and this is really a pretty easy step. Create an About Me page, and it's www.aboutme.com. And here's an example of Veronica Belmont. This is her About Me page, and she has spent the time putting a photograph in, answering these simple questions, putting these links to her social media. This web page is a brief summary of who you are and what you offer. If you are not quite ready to do what I just talked to you about getting an entire website set up and doing all the social media, then at least do an About Me page to let people know about you. And again, choose at least 2 social media methods to connect that you can post on this About Me page. And you can go back and you can update it and you can change it. But it is a way of saying, here I am, and I'm offering who I am out into the world. I think that we get a little bit me-oriented, like we're each in our own little world, and we forget that there's this whole much bigger world out there that's waiting to connect, and that through the internet that we are able to do this. And it's definitely changing in terms of making friends globally, instead of in any way, shape, or form feeling that you're different than or unique because you're a psychic, because you're an intuitive healer or in the healing arts profession, that now you can really, really connect and you can see all the other people out in the world doing what you're doing. And I really do have the belief, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, that, you know, the clients that come to you are the ones that are meant to be working with you, that there's a way that your higher self is drawing them to you, and that all the internet marketing that you do, ultimately, it's still about you. It's still about the energy that you're drawing into your life. But if you're really ready to take your business to the next level, you really want to connect. And imagine, you saw some of those pictures about the hubs connecting. So feel that in your brain, your consciousness spreading out, and feel that in the world, this ability to connect. So now we are going to do a guided meditation, and I'm going to put a little bit of music on. This music is from India. It's real pretty. Just to get a little bit of a around the world feeling, since we're doing internet marketing today. There's a few birds chirping in the background. So let yourself get really comfortable, and this is always my favorite part of the class, is the meditation. And at this point, you should be able to get yourself into a pretty deep state fairly fast. So go ahead and relax and sit back. Let every sound you hear help to carry you deeper inside. And just tell yourself thank you. Thank you for being willing to grow. Thank you for being willing to step out of your comfort zone and to learn new things and to connect with other people around the world. And thank you for being here right now and opening. And now imagine that there's a beautiful light right above your head, sort of like right here above your head, a ball of light. And it's shimmering very, very brightly, like a little sun. It's very, very bright. And let the light of that sun come into your head and into your chest. And breathing in the light all the way down into your belly. Let your shoulders go back, lift from your rib cage so that your breath can go in more deeply. Sit very tall and full. See if you need to adjust your body at all to get more comfortable. And breathe in a nice, full, deep breath. Breathing in peace. And just scan your body. I like you to just scan your body. And if there's any pain or tightness in any part of your body, shine that light that you breathed in into your heart. And ask the cells of the body where there's any pain, just tell them to relax. That for now, you can let go of any pain, any tightness, any stress or tension, and you can just relax. I remember earlier on in one of the webinars we did the meditation of taking any pain or tightness out of our body and putting it in front of us and picturing what color it is, seeing it in front of you, and then making a ball of it, and then imagining throwing that ball out, out, out to the horizon as far as you can see, and seeing it dissolve into light and letting go. Just releasing any pain, any tightness, letting it go. And then wherever that was, just bringing in a beautiful, soft presence of love. Now I'd like you to call on your guides and angels, your higher self that's working with you, and just feel them standing around you and behind you and in front of you and kind of holding you, rocking you. And now imagine, just as you see the picture of the tree here on the slide in front of you, that you have roots that go down into the earth, just like this tree, really deep, deep roots. And envision these roots going down and connecting you to the earth. And use these roots if there's still any extra tension or tightness or pain anywhere. Use the roots to let it go, to drain it out, to release it. Now feel the branches. It's just as if your arms were branches and you could reach up and take in the sunlight and take in the life force and bring that in your body. Right here, right now. Present in your body. Now focus on your heart. Your beautiful, beautiful heart. Your heart and your mind connect. And as you open your heart, your mind opens as well. So right now I want you to just open your heart and imagine that in your hands, if your two hands were out like this, you could invite openness to social media, openness to internet marketing, and hold it in your hands and say, welcome. Welcome into my life at this time. I open my heart. That rather than thinking of it as a burden or a task or an endeavor that you must do, that you're welcoming like you're welcoming a friend. That you're welcoming a friend into your home through your computer. That you're welcoming all these beings that want to connect with you through your computer. So just feel that, and just like when you welcome somebody, you say welcome, you open your arms. And feel what it feels like to say, welcome social media. I'm coming out of hiding. Welcome internet marketing. I'm coming out of hiding. I'm ready to be seen. And feel that. Feel that sense of, I'm ready to offer my gifts out in the world. I'm ready to connect with those beings, those other organizations, and those people that would most benefit from my presence. And feel a little smile coming through you, because there's a feeling of great anticipation and excitement that all these new friends are coming to you right now, because right now you've decided that you can open your doors to receive more love, more connection. And feel in your mind, as your heart's opening, feel the sensors in your mind, that there's an activation that's going on right now in your brain. And this activation, it's igniting all the synapses so that you can understand how the social media works, and you can understand how to do it, and you can understand the connections and the methods and the tools. And it's just becoming very, very easy. And not only easy, but fun. That you're having fun with it. You love getting these communications and pictures and videos and connections from other people. And it feels so good to be a part of this global family of light workers. This global family of love. And just bring that into your heart and let your mind continue to open to all the possibilities of how your guides and angels can now funnel clients to you through email, through your Gmail account, through your Google+, through your Facebook, through your Twitter and Pinterest, through your YouTube videos, through your blog, through your online articles, through your radio show. Just feel this wonderful sense of holding hands with everyone around the world, linking in love. And all you have to do is just be yourself and open. You have all the gifts. You have all the connections you need with your higher self, your divine intuitive guidance. And now you have the tools. So imagine that you have a little toolbox and think about what color toolbox you'll have. It could be, some people like to vision like a little sewing kit. My mother, when I was growing up, had a huge sewing kit with all kinds of little drawers and pockets, and it was just amazing. Or you could have a toolbox with little compartments in it and drawers, and imagine that that's what you have now, that the universe has just gifted you with this incredible toolbox of social media. And it's fun to explore, and it's fun to learn. And each day you get to sort of dabble in a new way, in a new fun understanding, connecting and reaching out globally around the world. Feel your heart igniting even more than ever before, and feel yourself like a magnet, that all the energy within you that wants to connect with those beings that are most going to benefit from your sessions and that are most going to benefit from your teachings and your presence are now. There's a beacon of light that's going off and they're connecting. Oh, I saw your name somewhere. Oh, I heard your radio show. Oh, I remember getting that email from you. And they're now ready to connect, to send you an email, to send you a message, to pick up the phone, to schedule an appointment. And feel a deep, deep sense of gratitude that now it's easier and easier. Your business is growing more and more, and it's just happening very effortlessly, and it's just flowing and growing and flowing and growing. And it's so wonderful to be so connected. And it feels so organic and so positive. Now feel that light that's linking your head and your heart. Feel how bright it is, that light now just fills your whole being and consumes you so that you're in a bubble of light. And nothing but light can come to you, and nothing but light can be here. And now ask your higher self right now to reveal to you what is your next step that you need to do for bringing your business out into the world. Is there somebody that you need to contact? Is there somebody that you need to hire to help you? Is there some specific task that you can undertake to get you moving so you're more connected in the world? And just be very, very open right now and see if your higher self gives you a picture or a word or a little short story or feeling or a sense of what it is that you are supposed to do. What is your very next step in terms of your internet marketing presence out into the world? What is your most important next step? And let's just be very still for a minute and feel in your body. Sometimes it's just an energy needs to be shifted or moved. Maybe there's an energy of sort of not wanting to be seen, and now you're really ready to be seen. So you're shifting that energy and you're opening. We did last time or the other time ago a meditation of being seen up in front of a large audience. It's sort of the same thing energetically with the internet. Feel yourself shielding yourself with light. For as you open up more and more to more and more beings, you want to be filled with light so that you don't take on anybody's energy. So think about those blocks that we talked about in the beginning and feel any blocks just releasing and letting go right now, that you are at an optimal point in your path for doing this social media marketing, for doing all the internet, the website, the blogging, the YouTube, the radio, the articles, the postings, for getting who you are out into the world. And it's easy and it's fun. I want you to thank all of your guides and angels for helping you in this endeavor, for bringing just the right people to you, just the right circumstances. Perhaps there'll be some public speaking events that you can do. Perhaps there'll be some seminars. Perhaps there'll be some psychic fairs that you're drawn to working at. And all of this because you're willing to put yourself out there. For that one person who wanted to bring their psychic business around the world, see yourself traveling, connecting. And it's so fun. And we even have apps on our phone now that can translate language, so you can do readings in any language. Feel the ease of that, the comfort. Now just place your hands together over your heart in the Namaste position. And feel yourself just bowing to the universe that you get to be a part of this infinite love and infinite teachings that are coming forth. And share your light. The world needs you. All right. Now I have some very important slides for you. So bring your consciousness back fully into your body. The way to do that, you can squeeze your thumbs together like this. Put your thumbs down, squeeze them together, and feel your hands. Put your fingertips together over your heart. Put your arms together like this and run your energy through in a circle. Rub your feet on the floor. Rub your body, your head, your hands. Come completely back right here, right now, opening your eyes and looking around, seeing the colors, and seeing where you are, and feeling now that you've sent out a beacon of light to all these other beings around the world, and you're going to be connecting with them, and it's exciting. This slide is filled with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 websites. I will, on the slide, I will put a notation of this slide and a couple of the other slides so that you can go back and look up some of these suggested websites. So you can do it step by step by step. And this will remind you of how to do it as well, how to get yourself out there in the world. I did put my own YouTube video up here for you to see. I had a videographer do a short video of me just to give you a sense. And this Marie Forleo, she is funny. She makes me smile when I see her videos. She has a very short video about using social media, and she's actually recommending choosing 2 methods, so you could watch that as well. And then we have this one. It's a tip how to use Facebook promoted posts, how to market on Facebook, and you can go to this particular YouTube video on that. So if you're not a big reader and you don't want to look at all these other websites for the information, then you could go to these YouTube videos and get some information there as well. I told you I was going to give you some books, and you know, these dummy books are really good. They dumb it down. They make it easy. They keep it very simple. How to build a blog that makes money. The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Starting and Profiting from a Blog. There's many, many other blog building books out there as well. But it simplifies it into step by step. So remember, the 3 things was building a website, having a blog, and doing YouTube. Those are the 3 most important things that you can do. And then you want to follow that up with the social media, Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, the Google+, and then also doing the internet marketing, the emails, and then of course the radio shows, and the affiliate marketing would be last. So you have social media marketing for dummies, and you have building websites all in one for dummies. So there's lots of material available. I will also queue up this slide for you. And we do have homework, as we do every week. I would like you to open 3 social media accounts. And you can do it. Start with getting your Gmail account and then opening up 3 social media accounts. If you already have some social media accounts and you have too many, I want you to narrow it down. What are the 3 most important that you will follow through with? So there's really nothing worse than having a social media account and ignoring when people put posts there and they feel neglected and forgotten and abandoned. These are not the feelings that we want to have with our followers and our clients. We want our clients and people of interest to feel that we care about them, which we should care about your clients, and that you can be available to them. So choose the ones that are the most important. And then develop an internet marketing plan. Remember last time we did an actual business plan. This is your internet marketing plan. What are you going to do? I've given you 11 steps. What steps are you going to take, and how long, and how are you going to get there? And how are you going to get from A to Z, the actual steps? And then I would like you to create an About Me page, and if you've already got a website and social media, and if you don't, then this is a wonderful way to get your online presence seen. Practice, practice, practice. You have to continue to practice doing readings, and this week I would love for you to practice doing them via Skype. If you have not been doing them via Skype, this is a wonderful method so that when you draw clients from other areas, you can actually do readings for them. And then begin building a website or updating your old site. I know some of us have older sites and they need to be sort of revamped and refurbished, and don't be shy about that. You might even just start with putting some money aside if you're hiring someone, or if you're not hiring somebody and you're going to be doing it, that you have the time available to do that. So in summary today, we did review the homework. We answered questions. We learned about internet marketing and social media marketing. We did a guided meditation, and we had some homework suggestions. And this little card up here says business plans for creative minds. Healers, psychics, intuitives, those are the creative minds. So those are very much more right brain. I've given you a lot of left brain information today. You can assimilate it, process it, but most importantly, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to put it into practice. And again, if it's too hard for you to do, I highly recommend that you hire someone to help you do it. And this, I know it's really hard to read this slide, but I love the image of this is how you do social internet marketing. And it looks like a flower. And flowers start from the teeny tiniest little seed. Have you ever planted flowers and you go, how can a whole big flower grow? It's the size of a pinhead. But you plant it in the ground and you put the earth over it and you water it. And the sunshine comes. And that teeny tiny seed grows into a sprout. And then it grows roots. And then it breaks up through the surface and it reaches towards the sun until it grows into the beautiful flower that it is meant to be. And it brings its color and its fragrance and its beautiful tenderness of the leaves and the petals out into the world. And it's the perfect creation. And you and your business have that same sense of the perfection of it. So we're just planting seeds today, but in these seeds that are planted, if you nourish them, if you spend the time to visualize and to see your business growing, and in your heart to call out to all the people that you're going to be connecting with, and feeling that love and making more room and space for it, it will happen. This quote is from Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. He was one of the founding fathers of Facebook. And he says, I think a simple rule of business is, if you do things that are easier first, then you can actually make a lot of progress. So out of all the things that I just gave you, what seems like the most fun and the easiest thing to do? Is it doing the About Me page? Is it doing a video? Is it doing an audio? Is it just writing? What is the easiest thing and choose that to do. But again, the key is do it. You have to do it. So in conclusion, please remember, internet marketing is designed to connect you with clients from all around the world. However, your greatest marketing tool is really still yourself. It will always come down to being yourself, not technology of any way, shape, or form. Your best marketing tool is you. Knowing that you are an integral part of a very large system of higher beings from many, many dimensions. Feel that. Feel all those dimensions. And they're all working together to shine infinite light and love and wisdom out into the world. And this alone, just knowing this, that you're part of this whole team of light workers, can give you the courage and the commitment necessary to go to your next level as a psychic. Give yourself permission to be seen and to go global. The world needs your light. But always remember, in your heart, be humble, be loving, and graceful. And I'm thinking of this one quote that I got from a spiritual teacher. He said, a couple of quotes, and this is from Baba Haridas. He said, meditate every day, meet people without fear, surrender to God, and let things happen. And part of that is about letting go of any fear of bringing yourself out into the world and connecting with others. And remember your meditation practice. And then the second part is surrender to God, let things happen, don't resist, and do your duty. And part of your duty as a light worker is bringing your work out. So if you feel a little weary on your path and this feels like there's a lot to do, just know that you're not doing it alone and you're not doing it in vain. Your message is important. Okay, so next week is class 20, 10-20. Woohoo! Being an ethical psychic practitioner. This is going to be a great class. We're going to cover a lot of ground. We're going to go over everything about, rules of conduct, rules and regulations, values, research, moral principles, and ethical practices. So that's just a bare bones of what we're going to cover. We have a tremendous amount of information. And then that will complete this 20-class series on psychic development and channeling. So I want to thank you all for being here today, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed week. Practice the homework. I will be queuing this up so that you can go back and get these websites and do the work. And remember, sometimes it's just a little bit at a time, but you can do it. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.